I have to tell you, hey, now, first of all, it's great to have you here, Rochelle. And I have to tell you, I've been looking forward to this since we met before the show. I really admire your work. I mean, you've really done it all. You've been on Univision, you've written for the Beacon, and of course, you did the news on Brave New Radio. Is that right?
Yes, I was actually part of the news team last year, in my senior year. Wow. And I was a news anchor and I was a news writer, so it was really fun.
That's fantastic. I was so glad to have you on the show. So now, what I would like to know is, how did you first get interested in journalism? How did you first get interested?
My funny story is that I started journalism when I was technically 8 years old.
What?
From a science museum attraction that you were a news prompter for like the activity. It was an interactive thing.
That is a long time.
Yeah, I read it like a news prompter, and I loved it, you know, and I really thought about growing up what I wanted to do in my life. And going into elementary school and middle school, I started writing a lot for the Beacon. I started writing for school newspapers. In my middle school, we had a whole edition called The Spotlight.
Spotlight.
We've also had like the Panther Press, so I've written for like 3 newspapers throughout my time here.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Now, Now, do you know what is the hardest part? What was the hardest part about being a journalist?
For me, I would say that it's really difficult to sometimes manage the actual work style of it because it's more than a 9-to-5 job. They actually say it's not a 9-to-5 job, that it really requires you to have to fully commit a lot of your time. Even when you're not working, you know, you have to be ready for the latest story, the newest item on the market that sometimes they say. So sometimes it's having to actually work around your schedule. There's always last minute changes that happen that are not planned. Oh, yeah. So always having to work around last minute and being ready for the unexpected is the hardest part.
Oh yeah, so like if I was it was like say I was on prepare something, so it's like come up with something like on the fly, like improvise?
No, like sometimes there's a breaking news story and you could be doing anything. You could even be watching a movie in your sofa, and then you're called to have to go to the scene of a story and immediately break coverage.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I know that. Yes, I know that strategy. It's very well done.
Yeah.
Now, of course, as I mentioned, you work for, and of course, you also work for the WSBJ. I believe we have some I believe you have some photos here. Let's take a look at some of those highlights. It's hope there. Wow. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, yeah, and
it's a lot of nice pictures to look at.
They're very nice. They're very nice, and of course, and I remember last year you won the Maltese. And of course, I remember last week you won a Maltese Award for it. Congratulations for that!
Thank you so much.
So, what was some of the best moments of your career here in William Patterson and in general? What was some of your best moments?
There's so many moments that I could think of, but for me, one of my most notable moments in William Patterson is that I was able to go to the radio station of my dreams through WPSPJ, which was 1010 Wins.
Oh yeah, 1010
so
Wins.
I did a whole interview with Mark Gurney, who's a sports announcer. So
kidding.
I got to meet him, and I grew up listening to him in Bud, Michigan.
No way.
So I got to meet them for the first time and interview them. And I was also able to be on Univision. You did mention that I was on Univision, which was really amazing for me, my family, because we grew up watching Univision. I did, because we're a predominantly Spanish family. So being able to be on the station that my grandma would watch and I would grow up seeing on my TV screen was really, it was a full circle moment for me.
It was very full circle.
Yeah.
So you literally went from watching it and now you were on it. That's
exactly.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Awesome. I know.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Now, of course, I read that you interned at Christ Church USA. You had an internship there?
Yeah, what ended up being the case was that I was trying to find internship opportunities after graduation because I wanted to expand my experiences and get more skill sets. So I was looking for different internships that I could do for the summer. And I applied to many of them, but not many doors opened for me. And Christchurch was one of the ones that reached out to me because they wanted someone to help them with their marketing team and their social media department.
Oh, so. Yes, and I was just about to get that. You work for social media, but what was that experience? What was that experience like for you?
You know, that experience was really eye-opening for me in terms of different career paths and options that I could see myself in, because I found myself doing a lot of different experiences that I never had done before. I was able to create social media marketing campaigns. I was able to create video content from scratch and do editing from scratch. And I was also able to create like analytical reports that you create. So it was nice to be able to have a diverse range of experiences where I not only got career insights, but I also got insights to help me as a professional, how I could grow in the industry through sessions.
It definitely helps to get an internship.
Yeah.
Now, of course, and now you are now tell us about this the IMC master's degree program. I believe you're a part of that now, right?
Yes, this is my second year in the program.
Wow.
And this program is brand new. It just started.
That's amazing. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so IMC stands for Integrated Marketing Communications. And the program itself, it basically gives students that enroll the opportunity to be able to learn skills that combine with not just public relations, but also from journalism, from television, and with social media. What you're able to do is learn how to effectively create a marketing plan to strategically reach different audiences through different channels, to send one message and send it through many, many, many platforms, because our media keeps expanding. It's no longer just your traditional radio or your traditional television. Now you have social media.
Oh, yeah, social media. Yeah, you have social media. You have streaming services. You have it's like the evolve of media, right?
Correct. It's evolving, but now it's using those mediums to actually send the message to the audience, to actually motivate them to do something, to support a cause or to support a product. So you're learning how to use those technologies to send out a message to everybody, and that fascinates me. This is my second year here. I really enjoyed it a lot.
It really showed. It really showed. Now, I just have one more question for you. What kind of words of encouragement would you give to anybody looking to study journalism? What kind of words of encouragement would you tell them?
You know, when you're going into a career, there's going to be many moments that you experience. Many highs, but many lows too. And when you're in your low points in your life, you got to think about, why am I here? What brought you to this field? Because I have many moments that I get stuck, or I face difficult moments. Even when I did journalism, interviewing was hard for me. And sometimes I would get very unmotivated to continue with the work that I was doing. But then I thought about what brought me here, the passion that I had to keep this going. That passion is what's going to motivate and inspire all of you to be able to keep moving in the midst of adversity. Don't lose sight of why you're there and what you're trying to do.
Oh,